C to the S times B squared equals D squared. Common sense plus your big boy pants equals done deal.
Hi, and welcome to Yeti at Large. This is a channel focused on making the most out of what you have, no matter where you're at. Thanks for tuning in and helping out.
I had planned on sitting on a bench here in this idyllic little Truman Show Norman Rockwell neighborhood in Northern California and talking to you about work. But my decibel meter says it's 76 decibels and it's just Tuesday, one of the nicest neighborhoods you're going to find. Let's go on top of this hill up there by Mount Diablo. Let's talk about work up there. I live at 7,000 feet. This is nearly sea level. These hills are steep. I'm out of breath. I'm coming! Not everybody moves as fast as you do. This is what hiking with a cattle dog is like. They go back and forth 25 times yelling at you to not keep up. Boy, these hills are steep. They're not playing. Might be a funny place out in all this beauty to be thinking about work-related stuff. But let's be honest, this is where we do a lot of our best thinking. And I've been thinking a lot about CS times B squared equals D squared. Common sense plus your big boy pants, and we'll accept big girl pants, equals done deal. And that's the easiest thing in the workplace. It's so easy to get wrapped up in the urgent, unimportant, and lose sight of the non-urgent, very important. That's Stephen Covey. Look up 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. All credit due. But the point is, we get so wound into work in the minute-by-minute minutia that we lose sight of why we do all of this. And coming to places like this can really help. Common sense. How many times does your instinct, does your notion, your intuition tell you something is off, something's not right, or something's not good for you? There's an old saying, my gut instinct. Not your heart, but your gut. That literally translates all the way back to Aramaic for your bowels. Are you feeling it in your bowels? Is it a shitty deal? First 4-letter word I've used on this channel. And if it is, how many times are you going to override that instinct, that gut feeling, to keep where you're at? Now, in a lot of circumstances, that may make sense to grin and bear it, to knuckle down. But if you're in that scenario, please go back to our earlier video and let's talk about that plan A, B, C, and D that's embedded in the sidestep video. And if your gut is talking to you and you've weighed all those different inputs and options, the mortgage, how close the kids are to graduating high school, how close are you to being to retirement or this next goal or finishing a degree and being able to move on. If you know that the clock is ticking, the fuse is burning, and you need to make a change, it's just a question of when and where, please do that early work, that serious, documentable early work, and build towards that next trajectory. My granddad told me, you gotta have a job to get a job. He said that probably in 1975, and I think it still rings true today. Doesn't mean you can't get a job if you're in the unemployment line, but having something and moving towards something is always going to be a lot more feasible than the other way around. Think of that staircase. You never go from this position on that trajectory to the next one. That's rare. Usually what happens is you land that job and you stay some time, and then you'll either promote, elevate, or credential up the step, and then you can lateral over to a similar type position and then move up from there. That's real common. But don't lose sight of the fact that oftentimes you will end from where you begin. What I mean is that story of the meteoric rise of the mailroom boy to CEO. Yeah, right. Typically, if you start in middle management, you can expect to move a couple levels, but that's likely going to be all you're going to do in-house. I'm not trying to be discouraging. If anything, I'm trying to do the opposite. Please invest in yourself. If you're an accountant, how long do you spend counting other people's money only to go home and not spend 5 minutes on your budget? If you're a mechanic, are you driving around with a green door Camaro with one bald tire? Let's say you work in that theoretical business we have of academia, and you're surrounded by hundreds of students. Pick a job. Academic advisor. We all had one. Some of us barely know them. Others of us lived in our advisor's office. You spend all day, every day, helping people carefully, meticulously plan their career goals. Are you doing that for yourself? Hard to believe this is literally 20 minutes from where we were by the BART station. Woodpeckers are over the hill there. A couple of turkey vultures up here watching us. Look, to the handful of people that are going to watch it, especially make it this far, please invest in yourself. Do that extra work now. If you don't feel like doing it today, imagine what you're going to feel like in a year, 5 years, 10 years. Climb, climb, climb! Sit. Can you go around the camera? Is that okay, bro?
Sorry?
Are you okay with the camera there?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought I was ruining your shot.
No, you're actually helping. Because you're climbing like you mean it.
Well, I don't know if that's the case, but...
Get out of my effing shot! Sorry, California politics.